Hey everyone, happy Friday. I hope all is well. Welcome to my sacred space. This reading is going to be the weekend reading, timeless of course. What is going to be occurring for you within the next 72 hours? So my friends, take a second to meditate on which pile is for you. Today we're picking these very random emojis, okay? I felt called to use these three in this order, so these are the three that we're going to use. Feel free to listen to as many piles as you feel called to, friends. If you feel called to more than one, definitely check out both or all three, okay? If these readings resonate with you, let me know down in those comments below your thoughts, your feelings, if it resonated. Even if you don't feel like saying anything, dropping a little rose down there really does go a long way. Also, if you find yourself liking the content, like the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not done so already. It definitely encourages more content in the future. So my lovelies, this is going to be pile number 1. This is pile number 2. And this is pile number 3. As always, timestamps are located down below in that description box. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Hey, pile number 1, welcome to your reading, friends. This is the weekend reading, timeless of course, what is going to be occurring for you within the next 72 hours. So pile number 1, today you guys have picked this CD emoji. Now a few things kind of came to mind, okay? Spirit was very loud when it came to picking the emojis for each pile today, including the order of them. So pile number 1. I'm definitely sensing here with the CD, I'm sensing like an old-fashioned, okay, type of vibe. I think the CDs came out in around the 80s. I think it was 82, right? And around that time, I remember when I was young, okay, we didn't have access to basically any song, any movie, any TV show. We didn't have access to just anything like we do nowadays, right? You pull out your phone and you pretty much have, for the most part, an unlimited amount of resources of the things that you can download, watch, experience, things like that. So pile number 1, I'm definitely sensing, okay, you guys did pick the CD. So perhaps within the next 72 hours, things will be a little bit more simple. Okay, for some of you, you could be taking a break from technology. All right. For some reason too, the shininess of the CD is really catching my eye. For those who remember, okay, you had to treat a CD, if you had a movie or a CD that you liked back in the day, you needed to treat it like your life, to protect it with your life. Because if that thing got one little scratch in it, it was over. So pile number 1, I'm also seeing here, okay, a need for simplicity, as well as the need to keep up and maintain certain things, okay, protecting certain things, specifically things that you care about. All right, just a quick little example, really quick before we jump into the piles here, or your pile number 1. I'll give you a little examples. So I know a lot of people who have a lot of nice things, okay, a lot of nice things, okay, and what ends up happening is I feel like people who have, not everyone, okay, not everyone is like this, only some people who genuinely have a lot of money, okay, a lot of financial resources, I feel like it's easier to just throw something that doesn't work, or throw that CD that has a scratch on it in the trash and just buy a new one. All right. I feel like for you, pile number 1, perhaps you're in a position right now where you financially can't do that, okay? Or perhaps you're just the type of person that likes to take care of their things, likes to maintain their things. So I'm definitely seeing you overall being very protective, okay, over your material belongings at this time, taking really good care of things. This could be something as simple as cleaning out your car, okay, giving your car, going to a car wash, putting it through a car wash, right? That's a good example of you kind of taking care of something, pile number 1, before the damage gets too severe, right? So within the next 72 hours, I'm definitely sensing a mending of something here. Okay, protecting something, trying to fix something before it gets too damaged, right? Something being a lot simpler than it was before, perhaps. But pile number 1, sorry if that was I'm sorry if that was an extremely long introduction. Okay, I really did feel called to say that. But my lovelies, let's jump into your cards. So your first oracle card today is, the Fire Guardian with Ignite Your Passions. Fire Guardian with Ignite Your Passions. Pile number one, within the next 72 hours, you may feel a sudden burst of energy, a sudden surge of energy here. Okay, I feel like when it comes to things you're passionate about, like I was kind of picking up before with that CD emoji, you're definitely feeling the need to protect. Okay, especially the things that you feel very drawn towards. This could be, a material possession. This could be a person, a place, a thing. Take it how it resonates, of course. But I definitely see you guys, okay, feeling very fiery within the next 72 hours here, feeling very motivated, inspired, things of that nature. But your first tarot card today is the Hermit. So, the Hermit, this is usually an energy of, taking some time alone, specifically to figure something out here. For some of you, pile number one, I am picking up, perhaps within the recent past, you could resonate with being in a period of solitude. Okay, perhaps you have just been really focusing on yourself at this time. Okay, your personal growth, your personal development, your mental health. For some of you, take it how it resonates. But I'm definitely seeing you guys, okay, in your recent past or possibly even in the present, searching for something here. Okay, perhaps you're searching for your motivation again at pile number one. For some of you, I am picking up, you are now coming out of a period, okay, of lack, of searching, of not really knowing where to go. And I feel like you guys are over kind of asking yourself or being confused about what to do next, and you're actually taking the initiative and you're carving your own path here, okay, for some of you, right? Very interesting stuff. So your second tarot card today is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. Usually I see this card as, some sort of romance, okay, usually having to do with another person. But pile number one, I am sensing for you that this Knight of Cups is coming out to represent you. Okay, I feel like this Knight of Cups is representing passion. Okay, I feel like you guys are going to be feeling romanticized within the next 72 hours. Now, this could be another person coming in. Okay, someone you really like, a significant other. But for the majority of you, I feel like this is you just reclaiming your love for life. Okay, reclaiming your passion for life, reclaiming your romance for life. I feel like within the next 72 hours, if you guys choose to focus on the little things, right? Like I was saying with the CD, if you focus on the simple things right now, you will find your fire. You will find your love, okay? I feel like when it comes to things like motivation, okay, inspiration, I feel like you guys have been really craving that spark, right? And I feel like within the next 72 hours, that spark is going to not only be delivered to you necessarily, but I feel like you're going to be creating it yourself. I feel like you're going to actually be pulling yourself out of this hermit energy and into a position where you can actually act, okay? Put your ideas that you've been cultivating and put it into practice here. So your last tarot card today is the Two of Beetles, which is the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is an energy of juggling, okay? I usually associate the Two of Pentacles with, having two options open for yourself. But for you, pile number one, I'm definitely seeing that whatever it is you're juggling here, okay, I feel like you're juggling, for a lot of you, I feel like you're juggling whether or not to remove yourself from this situation, okay? Take that how it resonates. That may mean something very specific for you, okay? But I'm definitely seeing, okay, someone juggling these two energies, right? Because you guys have the Hermit, and then you have the Knight of Cups. The Hermit is someone who likes to keep to themselves. Okay, the Hermit is someone who likes to, be by themselves. The Knight of Cups is someone who romanticizes, okay, the outside world. He wants to get out there. So I feel like when it comes to your next 72 hours, pile number one, perhaps you have been juggling this energy here, okay? Perhaps you have been a little indecisive when it comes to, well, should I keep to myself? Should I express? Okay, should I go outside? Should I go out today? There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of well, I could do that or I could do this, right? I feel like when it comes to self-talk, pile number one, within the next 72 hours, just be mindful of that, okay? Try not to talk yourself out or in to every single little thing you do. Within the next 72 hours, just be simple, okay? Do the things that you genuinely want to do. If you feel the need, if you want to go outside, if you want to go to an event, and if you want to hang out with this person, okay? If you want to paint this picture, do it, right? You shouldn't have to feel the need to juggle back and forth constantly, whether or not you should do one thing or another. Wherever your heart is guiding you, follow it, right? You guys have the Fire Guardian. This is a very action-oriented reading, pile number one. I feel like for the majority of you, within the next 72, okay, you're coming out of a period of, being mainly in the headspace, and you're gonna start putting things into action, okay? Be mindful about, going back and forth in your mind. Do what you intuitively feel called to do at this time. All right, lovelies? But I have this last card here for you guys. This card should really give you some solid advice on how to move forward. So you guys have number one, KayAVegan. Number one, KayAVegan. The one thing I want to point out is you have a number one. Okay, pile number one as well. So look out for the ones, okay, 1, 1, 11, 11, things of that nature. It's definitely a synchronicity. But one also represents a new beginning here. So pile number one, I'm definitely seeing, okay, you guys, within the next 72 hours, you are going to be jumping into something new here, okay? And I feel like this new start, this new beginning, this new cycle you're entering has a lot to do with you, okay? There's not too much going on in the outside in your reading I'm seeing, as much as there is going on within you. There's definitely two opposing forces within you right now, okay, within the headspace. And I feel like as long as you just allow at this time and intuitively take action on what you feel called to or what you feel drawn to the most, you will be successful, okay? And whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, with whatever it is you're trying to do here. But pile number one, I'm going to read you guys a message that went along with this card, just to give you some insight on the card. Perhaps there's something you can personally resonate with or take out of. So it says, number one, KayAVegan. She brings you the vision of your lights and shadows, of what is hidden in the subconscious, so that it can be accepted, healed, and transformed. She challenges you to overcome your fears and resistances, to heal your inner wounds, and shows you your weaknesses and your fragility. She bids you to let go of everything that is no longer of any use, to cut relationships and forms of behavior that are not of any functional advantage to your path of growth. Ooh, that's actually a really great message, pile number one. Yeah, I definitely see you guys entering a new phase of your life. Okay, maybe not within the next 72 hours here, but this is something that's definitely been kind of going on for quite some time now. And perhaps within the next 72 hours, you're just finally going to be seeing some sort of results, okay, in your growth, your spiritual growth, mental growth, physical growth, emotional growth, however this reading is resonating. But within the next 72 hours, like this card suggests, I feel like you're actually going to be taking action on the things that you've been thinking about, okay, deeply, right? The Hermit. You took a lot of time, pile number one, in thinking about something, contemplating something, okay? You definitely put a lot of thought towards something very specific here. And I see you guys choosing you, okay? No matter what the options were, right? Two of Pentacles. You guys are choosing you. You guys are choosing what will bring you happiness at this time, what will bring you more joy, what will overall bring you more romance, okay? Not just with another person, but romance with yourself and your environment, right? The world really is a romantic place, okay? There's so much love everywhere. And I feel like pile number one, you're finally choosing to focus on that, okay? Within the next 72 hours, expect a lot more positivity, okay? An energetic boost of positivity, of passion, which will make you want to take action here. Pile number one, what a beautiful reading, my friends. This is very great energy. Okay, I definitely see you guys growing and expanding here. But my lovelies, I believe that's all I'm seeing in these cards for you today. Don't forget, my friends, to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, if you haven't done so already, and drop a rose down below. Okay, they really do go a long way. Pile number 1. Have a fabulous next 72 hours, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Hey, pile number 2, welcome to your reading today, my friends. This is the weekend reading, timeless of course. What is going to be popping for you within the next 72 hours? So pile number 2, you guys picked the hammer emoji. So the hammer emoji, okay, I have a few thoughts about this. You need to use a lot of force when you hit a hammer, when you use a hammer, right? Not only a lot of force, but you need to be really careful, okay, and have a lot of control over the force you use, depending on the type of nail you're nailing in, okay, the material you're nailing into, how easy it is to put the nail in, right? There's a lot of different variables, okay, that actually go behind it. I know it's a really simple tool, right? It's pretty straightforward. You take the nail, you hit the hammer. But if you're an experienced carpenter and things like that, and you use them very often for different types of nails, different type of screws, whatever, things of that nature, I feel like there's a lot of variables that really go into play. So pile number 2. Within the next 72 hours, I definitely see you guys, okay, possibly doing something that may seem very simple on the outside, but perhaps once you start, you realize it may be a lot more challenging, or there may be a lot more to it than you initially anticipated. That's what I'm picking up for you guys. But pile number 2, let's dive a little deeper and see what your cards have to say. So your first oracle card is Autumn with Release the Old and Rest. Release the old and rest. Interesting. So pile number 2, Autumn, release the old and rest. I feel like within the next 72 hours, okay, like I was kind of picking up with that hammer. Perhaps in the recent past, you have already actually, I'm picking up for some of you, you may actually already be participating in something here. This could have something to do with your job, something to do with your family, okay, organizing an event, something like that. And perhaps what you thought was going to be simple, maybe it just turned into something a little more than you anticipated, right? So perhaps within the next 72 hours here, things like rest, rejuvenation, recharging, these are things that are really coming to mind. So pile number 2. One thing I also want to point out, okay, you guys have a crow here, it looks like, a raven, a crow, which often symbolize, okay, messages, communication, things like that. So perhaps within the next 72 hours, you will be receiving some sort of download, okay, from a spiritual download. This could be an actual message, okay, someone vocalizing something to you, sending you a text, giving you a call. Very interesting stuff. But your first tarot card today is the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, creating a life filled with physical pleasures, okay? Creating a life filled with beauty through your skills and careful budgeting of resources here. So pile number 2, I'm definitely seeing you guys, okay, either A, already being in this position, okay? Perhaps you have all these things, okay, you're very comfortable materially, okay, financially. However, if that's not the case, this is something you're craving. Pile number 2, and I feel like the desire to be in this energy, okay, the desire to have certain things in life like finances, material resources, perhaps that's what's really driving you to go into like over mode, okay, to overdo things here. So pile number 2, I'm definitely seeing your desire to be something very specific, to attain something very specific. Perhaps this has actually been more draining, okay, than rewarding here for some of you, I'm picking up. If that's the case, within the next 72 hours, I would definitely take a break, okay? If you have been doing whatever you've been working on, okay, most of the time here, I feel like you should take a break from that. For example, if you are someone who works in like an office setting, or you're someone who goes, you wake up every morning and you physically go to a place to work, okay, and you've been working a lot of hours, perhaps, if you get the invitation to work more this weekend, personally, I would advise to say no, okay? I feel like when it comes to your rest and well-being, that is what your focus should be on within the next 72 hours. I am sensing a little bit of a draining, okay, feeling a little bit drained. Pile number 2, I'm definitely picking that up within your energetic field here. However, I feel like your desire to have beautiful things, okay, to have less worries and anxiety in the future, I feel like that's really driving you at this point, okay? And perhaps you're just not even realizing, okay, perhaps all this enthusiasm and excitement for the future is preventing you from realizing that you also have to focus on the present, okay? You also have to pay attention to what your body can physically and mentally handle, right? So your second tarot card today is, the Nine of Pentacles. Again, this card has a lot to do with feeling comfortable. Very comfortable, right? Very interesting, because in both cards we have, the Pentacles being portrayed by a woman here. We have a queen. And in the Nine of Pentacles, we have like a maiden, it looks like. Okay, so pile number 2, you're definitely craving, okay, to feel comfortable, to feel luxurious here. And I feel like you've been working very diligently in order to attain this here. Okay, for some of you, if you are already in this position, perhaps that's going to be your sign to rest. Okay, for some of you, if you don't really resonate with working very hard in order to achieve this desire, perhaps you already have, okay, achieved this success, desire, you've already achieved this material abundance, and perhaps being, okay, abundant and feeling comfortable at this time will help you, okay, rest here, help you release the old because of how much new is coming in. Very interesting. So your last tarot card today is the Three of Moths, which is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands kind of represents that ship's coming in. Okay, I feel like something is definitely on its way to you, pile number 2. So I am being advised to tell you that even though, okay, you have this drive, okay, to be comfortable, to accomplish something, to set your goals, to see your goals fulfilled here, right? I feel like Spirit really wants you to know that there is going to be something coming in. Okay, something new. Something new is going to be entering your life. Perhaps not within the next 72 hours. It very well could be. But for the majority of you, I feel like Spirit wants you to rest now, so you have the energy to handle this situation later here. I'm not sure what this Three of Wands could be. Okay, the possibilities really are endless. There's so many different types of people out there with so many different types of situations. So Spirit really doesn't want you to focus on what this Three of Wands is. I feel like they just want you to be aware that something is going to come up in the future. So it would be wise to take the rest now. But pile number 2, I have this last card here for you guys. This card should really give you some solid advice on how to move forward. Ooh, wow. Yeah. You guys have number 38, surrender. You guys have number 38, surrender. Yeah. Spirit really wants you to just, let Jesus take the wheel here, okay? Let other people handle, okay, their own problems at this time. If you get caught up in the middle of something within the next 72 hours, pile number 2, I am being advised to suggest, keeping yourself out of things. Okay, if there's any drama, okay, happening around you, keep yourself out of it. Focus on you within the next 72 and surrender. Let Spirit handle things, okay? Trust the process. But pile number 2, just to give you some more information about this card, I'm going to read you guys a message from the guidebook. Okay, I find it extremely therapeutic. Plus, it is the perfect way for you to take something straight from the text and apply it to your daily life. So, pile number 2, number 38, surrender. Experience the attitude of surrender. Let go of resistance, fears, and pains. Put trust in yourself, in others, and in life. Do not control the manifestation. Accept whatever comes. Respect natural times. Continue to listen. Stay open. Exercise empathy towards yourself and do not judge. Very interesting. Yeah, one thing I want to point out, okay, there was something in that description about letting go, right? You guys got autumn. Release the old and rest. It's time to let go of something, okay? Perhaps for some of you I'm picking up, you could be letting go of an actual dream, okay? You could be letting go of your desire to, okay, be full of riches and, to obtain certain things. Spirit really wants you to just rest at this time. Let Jesus take the wheel, okay? Trust the process, right? I'm also noticing the blindfolds here in this card, which is really making me think of this Three of Wands. There's definitely something coming towards you. If I remember correctly, in this card, actually, there's something about to accept what comes your way here. There's definitely something coming your way, okay? I don't know what this is. This could be anything, right? Whatever you have been trying to manifest at this time, I feel like it is coming, pile number 2, but I do want to point out it may not come in the way you think it is, all right? Either way, trust the process and know that this manifestation, okay, has arrived in your life. When it does, it is there to help you, okay, to benefit you. And as long as you keep that in mind, I feel like you guys are going to know exactly what to do, okay, right after that happens. But pile number 2, I believe that's all I'm seeing in the cards for you today. Don't forget, my friends, to hit that like button, okay? Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Drop a rose down below. It really does go a long way. Let me know if the reading resonated, your thoughts. But pile number 2, have a fabulous and beautiful next 72 hours, and I will catch you guys next time. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading today. This is the weekend reading, timeless, of course. What is going to be occurring for you within the next 72 hours? So pile number 3. Today you guys have picked this candle emoji. So when I picked this emoji, okay, first of all, Spirit was very specific when it came to emojis and the order of them today. So the first thing that came to mind about the candle was, okay, candles represent light, right? They represent that light in the darkness, that hope, purity, goodness, okay? In general is meant to purify, right? However, I do want to add, okay, with a candle specifically, there is a point in time when that candle must go out, okay? Once the wax is through, the candle must go out, okay? And then you need to refill, you refill your glass, you refill the candle, and then you respark it. So pile number 3, within the next 72 hours, I feel like things like purity, okay, innocence is coming to mind. Perhaps you will be, for some of you, you may be associating with children. Okay, if you have children, like younger children, if you work with children, things like that. I'm definitely seeing, okay, a lot of you actually connecting with your inner child within the next 72 hours, leaving you feeling more pure, okay, leaving you feel more complete, leaving you feel more fulfilled. But pile number 3, let's take a deeper look here and see what your cards want to say. So your first oracle card today is the High Priestess with Harness Mystic Power. Ooh, so Harness Mystic Power, very interesting because personally, fire is one of the elements that my spirit guides really like. Okay, whenever I have a fire lit or a candle lit, I feel like it's easier for me to channel, okay, to receive certain spiritual downloads. So within the next 72 hours, pile number 3, perhaps you are connecting. For some of you, if you are into, connecting with your spirit guides or learning about the esoteric knowledge here, I feel like for some of you, okay, you're definitely connecting. Okay, if not specifically with your spirit guides, you're definitely connecting with your highest self here for some of you. And I feel like your higher self and your inner child actually are a lot more connected. This is my personal opinion. It's one of the most powerful things kind of living within us. And I really do believe that it is connected to our higher self, right? Because our higher self does what we enjoy. So pile number 3, for the majority of you, I do see you guys, okay, harnessing your own power for sure. Not necessarily taking control over something, but more so, taking control over yourself, okay, and how you respond to certain things. So pile number 3, I'm definitely seeing a level up here. Okay, this level up could have already occurred. A lot of emotional maturity as well. But let's dive a little deeper. So the first tarot card today is the Sun card. So the Sun card, goodness, positivity, fulfillment, right? The sun, the shiniest, brightest star in our solar system. So pile number 3, I do also want to say the Sun card is connected to our inner child here. So pile number 3, within the next 72 hours, I definitely see you guys, okay, experiencing a boost of positivity, You guys are definitely going to be connecting with your inner child here. And I feel like by doing so, you're reclaiming your innocence. You're reclaiming your sense of self, right? Think about it, pile number 3. The things you did when you were a kid, right? When you were like 4, 5, 6 years old, okay? Things like jumping in puddles, okay, on a rainy day. Even something as simply as touching everything in the grocery store, right? Although, it's probably not the best idea to do that, okay, because, with germs and things like that. But, when you're a kid, everything is exciting. Everything is exciting, right? I remember being a kid, if I wanted to jump off a couch, I'd be like, hey, watch this. And I just jump off the couch like it was the greatest thing in the world. That's how you're going to be feeling, pile number 3. I feel like within the next 72 hours, you guys are really going to be finding the little things, okay, to be the most joyful here. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, you guys are definitely connecting with your inner child here. So your second tarot card today is the Tower. Interesting. Okay, the one thing I'm being drawn to in this card is all, the fire and explosions here. It's kind of giving me, it kind of looks like a candle to me, right? If you think about it, we have the long tower and we have the explosion at the top representing the light. So pile number 3, with that in mind, I feel like within the next 72 hours, something is going to help spark this. Okay, perhaps you will be invited somewhere, okay, somewhere you didn't expect. Okay, perhaps something will be occurring. Whatever it is, I feel like this is going to be a positive tower moment for the majority of you. Okay, either way, whether it is or isn't, it will spark this sun energy to finally be released. Something is changing or shifting in your life, okay? And it's allowing you to follow your gut instinct. It's allowing you to embrace all the beautiful things that are constantly right in front of you that perhaps you haven't even been paying much attention to because you're so focused on, the mundane, the everyday, paying the bills, okay, going to work, coming back, watching TV, eating dinner, doing the same thing the next day. I feel like within the next 72 hours, something's changing. Okay, Spirit is putting something on your path to kind of redirect you, to redirect your perspective in order to obtain your inner power here. Okay, very beautiful stuff. Your last tarot card today, yes, is the Star card. Wow, a lot of light, pile number 3. The Star card. This card represents guidance. Okay, for a lot of you, I am sensing a very spiritual vibe. Okay, your energy is definitely a lot what's the word, more potent, I guess, than the other 2 piles. I feel like whoever is watching this, okay, whoever you are, pile number 3, you definitely, whether you're aware of it or not, you are very much connected to your spirit guides, okay? I feel like your spirit guides really, really want to see you succeed, really want to see you be the best person you could possibly be, okay? They want you to be happy, all right? They're finding it very important to redirect you at this time, okay? They want you to see something and experience something very specific that will help you become more of an empowering person. All right, so keep that in mind, pile number 3. If you do experience a tower moment within the next 72 hours, or perhaps you already have for some of you, keep that in mind. It's nothing more than a redirection, okay, in order for you to see more light in your life. Very beautiful. Pile number 3, wow, what a beautiful reading, my friends. A lot of light, a lot of positivity. You guys are definitely, okay, purifying yourself at this time. Interesting, the word detox did just come to my mind. So pile number 3, if you're someone who kind of enjoys, once in a blue moon, fasting for 12 hours, okay, drinking nothing but water for 24 hours straight, really detoxing the body, eating healthy foods, all right? I feel like that will actually really definitely help you at this time if you're interested in that. But my lovelies, I have this last card here for you guys. This card should really give you some solid advice on how to move forward. And you guys have number 37, the Labyrinth. Interesting. The Labyrinth. So pile number 3, I am going to read you guys a short snippet from the guidebook just to give you some insight on this card. Perhaps there's something you can personally resonate with or take out of. So, number 37, the Labyrinth. Build and consciously experience the the initiatory paths of transformation. The labyrinth circuit can help you contact the dynamic balance of opposites, the left and right hemisphere of the brain, the inner feminine and masculine, the conscious and the subconscious, and recharging and discharging of your energies. For this journey, through the deep meanderings, you can have one purpose, or you can accomplish it by remaining open to various stimuli. Ooh, I like that. So, pile number 3, I think that's so cool, right? First of all, I want to point out that we have a 3 and a 7, 37, so that makes 10. Okay, 10 is often associated as being the number of closing cycles, right? And then we have a labyrinth. What did I just say? Spirit is redirecting you. Okay, they're guiding you, and I feel like this tower moment is nothing more than a redirection on your path. You're going through this labyrinth, right, pile number 3, and I feel like within the next 72 hours, something's going to happen to almost force you to go a different way here. Okay, this is happening this is happening for the pure reason of Spirit just wants you to be the best you can be, right? Just because you can't see what's on the path necessarily at the moment or at the end of the path, it doesn't mean the path is any less fulfilling than the one you're currently on. Okay, so pile number 3, I definitely see you guys going through this inner maze here. Okay, trying to find, which path is best for you. So within the next 72 hours, I definitely see you guys reaching, okay, the path you're meant to be on, okay, the path that will bring you the most joy. So trust it. Trust the path you're currently on, or trust the path that you're currently being redirected on. Okay, pile number 3, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Pile number 3, I believe that's all I'm seeing in these cards for you today. Don't forget, my friends, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and drop a rose down below. They really do go a long way. Pile number 3, have a fantastic next 72 hours, my friends, and I will catch you guys next time.